What's goody? YouTube. It's your boy Jersey here, and as you can see, we're playing Genshin on the side account. This is my quote-unquote free-to-play account, but it is a speculation Sunday. But I just wanted to throw something in the background because it's about the topic that I'm doing today. So in the last quest, in the ball quest, or Inazuma quest, sorry, they mentioned that the next stop is Sumir, which, if you guys don't know, Sumir is Dendro, right? And currently, we only know what Dendro does to... What the fuck? Oh, what Dendro does to... Pyro. We know that Dendro does burn. And it does what? Continuous pyro damage per second, something like that, right? Meaning that I'm almost 100% certain that the Dendro type is meant to be a supreme, like, support-y-esque type, right? But if you guys don't know, Dendro is wood, right? Dendro is wood. So, I wanted to make a Speculation Sunday video where I go through each type besides Pyro, we already know what Pyro does, and try to determine its elemental reactions. I believe that Dendro is going to be in, like, a similar situation as in with Animo and, not Animo. I don't want to say Animo and, like, Electro and stuff where it's in that chain, but I guess it would be because it does something with Pyro. I think it's going to do something weird. I think it's going to be really, really weird. Just noting about the fact that it's supposedly based off of wood, which for some of these types, I don't know how that's going to work. So that's what we're going to speculate on today. Leave a like if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. All right. So we have type number one I want to talk about. Obviously, we're going to get the elephant out of the room out. Pyro. Pyro, we know. Pyro does burning damage, right? And that's where you can typically make the connection that that it does revolve around wood. Holy shit. So we do know that it does revolve around wood, meaning that I'm basically gonna have a wood themed style to all of my choices, I should say, right? So we have Pyro, Electro, Geo, or Pyro, Electro, Hydro, Cryo, Geo, and Animo, right? So, currently right now, I mean, I can check the archive. Living beings. To living beings. Oh. I don't think that the Dendro guys have literally anything else. About... Oh wait, this is my side account, bro. What am I even... I even fought one. I don't think that it has literally any other reaction, right? Meaning that I don't see it. I see this as a, like, almost a full speculation, and I could be completely right or I could be completely wrong. So I want to get into the first type that we actually have to talk about, and the one that I would assume would be the easiest. It would be Hydro, right? As we know, pretty much all plants absorb water, right? So I want it to be that, like, there's some kind of, like, absorption, right? Like, I wouldn't say necessarily, like, I would say that it's, I mean, the type would be absorption, but it would work somewhat like vaporize, because the way that vaporize works in my head scientifically is that it, you hit it with fire hot enough to melt, like, not melt, but turn the water that is there into steam. So what's going to happen is that, when, though, to be fair, that's really one-sided, because that would mean that, I mean, how would absorb work if a Hydro hit a Dendro character? Would it heal or would it do damage? But I guess, to be fair, you don't really get the Dendro. You're not really infused with Dendro unless you go up against a Dendro, one of those hilly trolls. I don't know what they're called, Sama trolls. But that being said, I think absorption fits. I think what it would do is it'll do, probably not vaporize melt them. Ooh, no, it should do vaporize melt type damage. It should, because it's pretty much like almost a similar reaction. Holy shit. Similar reaction, right? In theory, it is a similar reaction, because it's basically the water hits the plant absorbs the water, so thus taking a piece of that quote unquote hydro slime's damage, right? Thus basically doing what I said is how I think of which one? Vaporize. So I think that's how that should work, right? Then we're going to go on to the next type that I want to mention, which is probably cryo. I think I can do cryo easier than any of the other types. Cryo. So if you guys don't know, some plants are not resistant to the cold, and they do in fact pretty much die, right? So it'll be something like, I don't know, like shrivel or frostbite or something. It'd be something like that, where basically the plant gets hit with cryo and it not cracks, but, like, you get what I'm saying? I'll throw a picture of, like, a frostbitten, like, leaf on the screen just to make what I'm saying make sense. But basically, I believe that it's gonna do, like, maybe that frozen shatter damage. I think it's gonna do something like that, right? I feel like it should do something like that. Like, that makes the most sense. Most of these speculations are probably gonna be wrong, but it's just what I'm speculating that would make sense, knowing that Dendro is basically plants. Like, the Dendro slimes are like grass, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to base it based off of plants. So next up, we have Electro. Which, Electro is a weird one, because I don't know what it would be. Besides the fact that, like, electricity likes tall, like, lightning likes tall things. So maybe it's got, like, an attraction force that makes it do more damage. I don't know what it would be called. Like, maybe, like, I don't fucking know. I mean, Electro Charge makes sense here, because Electro Charge does make sense, even though technically that's water hydro. But I believe it'll do a similar thing where, like, anything Dendro related in the area gets this Electro Charge debuff. So I think that will work the same way as Electro Charge. Might even have the same name. If they do that, that would be a little weird, but at the same time, it makes the most sense. So I think Electro Charge for Electric, because that makes, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it makes a little bit of sense. Meaning as, like, basically, one tree got struck by lightning, and then, I mean, overloaded even makes sense here. Or combustion, like, but combustion could also be fire. I mean, we know a fire. Fire is burning. But, you see what I'm saying? Electric's in a weird spot here. Geo, I feel like Geo is not gonna do anything to it. I mean, I think we might get a crystallize, but I don't think. I mean, they root. You could get rooted, which would be where you. I mean, the plant roots do damage to like Geo. You know what I'm saying? So we could do that, but that's also pretty one-sided. But to be fair though, vaporize, even though you can reverse vape, it still doesn't make sense to me. Why you can reverse vape or reverse melt, you know? But I mean, let's speculate like an actual thing that it could do. I could see it doing rooted, where it hits. I wouldn't say vaporize, but maybe overload damage. Overload doesn't make, like, the overload damage makes sense, but at the same time, because I don't think it's gonna do vaporize damage. Like, it's not. Wait, no, it is. It would do vaporize damage because it's going in. It's Geo's dirt. Geo's dirt and rocks. So it's digging into the dirt and rocks. So it would do a lot of damage. I feel like Dendro has a chance to be probably one of the best support types. It's easily going to be a god tier support type for Pyro. This does consistent Pyro damage. Bro, D-Luke's going to be insane with it. Utao's going to be insane with it. I think of other characters that would be pretty nasty with it. I mean, Klee. Like, if we get an off-field Dendro support, bro, it's gonna be wraps for all other supports in the game. Like, Ching Shu probably won't be the premier Hydro support or Hydro or Pyro support for Pyro characters anymore once a Dendro character that does something to the extent that what I'm saying it shows up on the field. Which I don't like Ching Shu, so that's fine with me. I literally have a D-Luke on my main account, so I'm forced to level up Ching Shu, but if I didn't, I wouldn't. So with that being said, I feel like that would be what the types of attacks would the elemental reactions, that's what I was looking for, would be for Dendro. Animo, I don't know if it would swirl, but it would make sense. So then again, that type would be mad broken if it's got a reaction with like every type. But so does Animo and Geo. They just don't react to each other. It doesn't make sense. I mean, erosion, like that's the only thing that would make sense. But I believe that this is what the types would happen. So I'm going to give a brief overview over them. Just to, and now I go on tangents a lot. So for Pyro, we know what Pyro does. It does burn, which does consistent Pyro damage. I don't know what it scales off of, but it does consistent Pyro damage to the character. For the Dendro Slimes, it also speeds them up, but I don't know if it's always going to do that to anything Dendro related. Right, so then we have Hydro, absorption. And it makes sense because plants absorb water. Electro, this was the one I had the most struggle with. And I came up with like an Electro Charge type thing where it does a similar thing to Electro Charge, but it's based off of the fact that lightning is really attracted to higher things. And I was really saying that it was trees. So that one's probably a reach. Electro might be the one type it doesn't get affected by because the rest do make sense. but that'd be a little odd. So we had, and then we have, after that was Cryo. I think I did Cryo before Electro, but it doesn't matter. Cryo, I had this like shrivel or almost like not decay, but frostbite almost, where it's I had to do the shatter damage of ice of frozen. So that's because there's some species of plants that cannot survive in the cold and will freeze to death. So that's where I got that idea from, and then I have Geo as doing rooted because plant roots do break dirt and rocks. So I had that. And then Animo, I could see it swirling, but also I can see it not swirling. If it does, that would be really cool, but at the same time, that would also make Dendro probably like eat almost easily like the best type. Because right now, Electro is on the up and up, but it's still one of the worst types in the game. Meaning that if its one reaction is with the worst, it's one non-reactions with the worst type. But I mean, the one known reaction we have is with the best type in the game, Pyro, and you can, I will die on this hill. Pyro is easily the best type in the game. It has like the highest damage fucking numbers. Like, yeah, you need a lot of supports, and typically you have an Animo support, but when the free, when the not free to play, but like the free character given out to everyone, Xing Ling is on like damn near any theme. That's saying something. I mean, it can't just be the fact that the character's good. It also plays into the fact that the type is good. Because if they gave out razors for free, I don't think he'd be on every team. Electro just isn't all that good. It's elemental reactions are lackluster compared to meld, vaporize, even frozen is better. You see what I'm saying? So I think that that's what the Dendro type will do. I will more than likely give my speculation on the Dendro Archon Sumir. I won't have like a design. I'll probably go get like a Pinterest design for him. But I'm looking forward to talking to you guys next week. Once again, leave a like if you did enjoy. I have a 2K video coming out sometime this week, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more consistent where I actually can upload. So this weekend, I'm going to try to edit a shit ton of videos and get them scheduled. But with that said, I'm out. Peace out.